And in social media and network, all of us are generating data, and in scientific instrument, it's been collecting all sorts of data, and mobile device in checking all the objects all the time, and sensor technology and network. And so the progress and innovation is no longer hindered by activity to collect data, but by the ability to manage, analyze, and summarize, virtualize, and discover knowledge from the collected data in a timely manner and in credible fashion. So, in this picture is a decision requirement. Start from a customer view. Um, we can have the product recommendations that are relevant and compelling, and we can learn why the customer switching to the competitor and their offer in time to counter. Or you can plan invitation to the game or activity that expand business. This is very popular when you are a gamer and you play some game online, right? um, and you can improving the marketing effectiveness of a promotion while it's still in play, preventing fraud as is occurring and preventing more fraud activity. So just we have maybe we have another V. So the fourth V is volume, velocity, variety, and veracity. Veracity means the data in depth, the uncertain data, and incomplete data. It is very normal in the real life, right? Some data you get is unclearly or it can missing information in somewhere. Mm. So the model now has changed. Um, as the old model, a few companies are generating data and all other are consuming data. But now all of us are generating data and all of us are consuming data. So the first one we'll talk about the big data analytic tools and methods. Mm. The change associated with the big data analytics are reflected in three main areas. Firstly is big data storage and architecture. The secondly is data analytic processing. Finally, the big data analysis which can be applied for knowledge discover and inform decision making. Okay, let's start to see each one. So firstly, we talk about the storage and management. So the first question is how this data will be stored. In traditional methods, the data will be uploaded to the storage from operational data store using the extract transform load ETL or extract load transform ELT. And with the enterprise data warehouse approach, discourage the incorporation of a new data source until they are cleansed and integrated. And how about the method with big data? The big data environment needs to be magnetic, thus attracting all the data sources regardless of the data quality. Growing number of data sources as well as sophisticated of data analytics. A non-relational database such as not only SQL were developed for storing and managing unstructured or non-relational data. And I'll talk a little bit about the NoSQL. Oh. with NoSQL, which allows storage of massive data sets without need for overwhelming table and indexing, and each cluster store parts of data are replicated on other cluster. Uh, we have two main architecture in here is master slave using in Hadoop distributed file system and P2P peer-to-peer. We can see in Cassandra or column family data model. And with the NoSQL, it also increase the difficulty for data mining, node operation, pooling in more data than this, and also increase transfer time and processing power. And now here is the 4 critical requirements for big data analytic processing. Firstly is the fast data loading. The second is the fast query processing. The third is a highly efficient utilization of storage space. And finally, is strongly adapt to highly dynamic workload pattern. And with I will introduce MapReduce is a parallel programming model, and is the core Hadoop. MapReduce in the paradigm is based on adding more computer resource rather than increasing the power of its storage capacity of a single computer. In other words, it's a scaling out rather than scaling up. And this picture illustrates the working of MapReduce. So it's the input data with input is the map task, and it's a map task will come to the reduce task to separate into smaller tasks. And based on from the smaller test, we have the specific output data. And in MapReduce, we already have two different nodes, is the job checker and the task checker. So we also have the bottleneck phenomenon in the MapReduce. The map are executed in parallel, so reducer do not start until all maps are finished, and output is not finished until all the reduce are finished. So you mean in this picture you can see that the output will be belong in the input. Only the input can finish processing, so we can get the data output. But if it's a one in here, it has delay, so also the output also is delayed. And in the finally, I talk about the big data analytics and decision making. So we have many phases. The first phase is the intelligent phase. The source of big data needs to be identified, and the data need to be gathered from different sources, processed, stored, and migrate to end user. And to the next phase, the design phase. The possible course of action are developed and analyzed through a conceptualization or a representative model of the problem. The framework divides this phase into 3 steps: model planning, data analytics, and analyzing. And the third is the choice phase. The methods are used to evaluate the impact of the proposed solution or course of action